Hi guys and welcome back to my Journeyman save with KR Reykjavik. And obviously since the last episode we've been playing some friendly matches up until today's match, which is the Upper League Cup game against Grindavik. And the friendly matches have been pretty poor, to be honest, in terms of results. Started off with a 2-0 defeat against FH. Followed that up with a 2-0 defeat against Fram. Then we got a 1-1 draw. We've got 3 1-1 draws in a row against Breidablik, Stjarnan and Grindavik, the team we're playing today. Then we got our one and only victory in pre-season against IBV. Came from behind in that one to win, 2-1. Then 2 draws against Selfoss and Keflavik, followed by a defeat against Lower League Afturelding. And that brings us to today's game against Grindavik. I've been very busy in the transfer market. Extremely busy. As you can see, spent £195,000 on players. And this is mainly because we had a transfer budget of £1.5 million, and I felt I might as well spend that on some good players to hopefully get us to win the league. Hopefully. You can see I did go back to my old club and got a few of the players that I liked there. So I brought in, I'll just go through the players individually. David Einarsson, who is declining. He's probably not one of my better signings. He was mainly brought in for the deep-lying playmaker role in one of my formations, but it's a formation I've decided will be my backup formation in case anything goes wrong with my first one. And he's basically a backup. You can see he's decreasing in pretty much everything. He's 25 and he's reached his potential already. So he's not really going to be as good a player as I had hoped. You can see he's still got good passing, good first touch, but lots of decreasing stats there for him. Next signing was an 80. By the way, we paid £25 for him. Yeah, expensive, pricey. Victor Johnson was the next signing we made 2 days later, and he cost £18,000 from our former club of Vikingur Reykjavik, of course. And you can see star rating. He's 6 pros, 3 cons, 4-star potential, 2.5 current. He will either be playing advanced forward or complete forward. He's got pretty good dribbling, finishing, first touch, heading. He looks like a nifty player, and obviously he had that good season with us at Vikingur. How many goals? Yeah, I'm sure he got more than. He got 11 in 26 games. He got 7 in 18 last season. So hopefully he'll be a pretty nifty player for us. He's only 23. Obviously he's still got time to improve. Next up was Haukur Baldvinsson, who also played for us. I say played very loosely because he played 5 games, well 8 if you count non-competitive. If you count cup and league, yeah, he played 8 games for us at Vikingur Reykjavik. But he's a winger, and he's 3.5-star rating, pretty good. We'll be wanting him to play the inside forward role, so you can see his passing's alright, long shots pretty good, finishing, yeah, crossing, dribbling, finishing, first touch, all pretty standard, quite good acceleration and pace as well, so he'll hopefully be quite good for us. I forgot to do that in the other ones. I'll just do that for him first. But as you can see in the 9 friendlies, he's played 9 times in the friendlies, he scored 3 goals, got average rating of 7.26, which is pretty good. If you can recreate that in the competitive games, I'll be happy. Just look at that for Victor Johnson and David Einarsson. So Victor Johnson he's came on 4 times as a substitute, so it's not really anything to judge him on. 6.5 rating, but you can't really count substitute appearances. And David Einarsson hasn't actually played yet. The next signing we made was £30,000 signing from Fram, Gunnar Thorsteinsson, the centre midfielder, who I got in to play the ball-winning midfielder role. As you can see, 13 tackling. He's very determined character. Good bravery stats, teamwork, work rate, good strength as well. He's quite a well-built chap, shall we say. So he's played he started one game, he's played 5 altogether, if you include substitute appearances. He's got an average rating of 6.65, but obviously with only one start, you can't really judge him on that. We then signed Marcel Toff on a free, and this guy looks like he could be my best signing. He is declining in stats, but he is just a solid centre midfielder. I'll just show you some of his history. So he's been around the Austrian leagues, really. Highest he reached was the first division with First Vienna FC 1894 and SV Horn. He's, as I said, a centre midfielder, and in the 9 games he's played so far, he's got an average rating of 7.36. That tells you everything you've got to know, really. He's going to be a good player he's going to be a nifty player for us this season. Then I signed Hilmar Arni Haldarsson from KR Reykjavik for £23,000, and he is to play the attacking midfield centre advanced playmaker role in my backup formation. As you can see, good first touch, pretty good passing and technique. The stats seem alright. His current ability star rating could be better, but it's the same for a good player. He's played 3 times, started 3 times in the preseason friendly. He's got a 6.57 match rating, which isn't the best, but it's also not terrible. And the second player we got from Vikingur Reykjavik, we paid £60 for him, Hilmar Raffin Emerson. If you remember, he was our top scorer when we got sacked from Vikingur Reykjavik, and he'll obviously be playing complete forward or advanced forward. His finishing's pretty good, first touch, passing and technique aren't that bad, and he's 31, so he's not really going to improve, but he's a good player, probably more of a backup player when we've got other strikers in there, especially Finn Bogerson, who was already at KR and was the top scorer with like 14 goals I think last season, and you can see he hasn't played in any of the preseason friendlies. That is the reason I don't know who's been playing, is because I sim the preseason friendlies, because I'm not really bothered about them. And we've got the Upper League Cup, which can act as like a fitness getter, if that's even a phrase. The next signing was a free transfer for Hallgrimur Mar Steingrimsson. You remember him from Vikingur Reykjavik as well. Star rating isn't that good, says useful player, so more of a backup player. But you can see he's got good first touch, good passing, good technique. He's a free kick specialist as well. He's only made 1 substitute appearance for us in the friendly so far, 6.8 match rating. But he should be an alright backup for us. I remember he played quite well for us in the first season before he got that injury that ruled him out. Next 2 signings were both from HK, who are newly promoted. They were one of our feeder clubs, but that's obviously had to be terminated because they are in the same league as us now. So the first of those was Gutmundur Magnusson, who we bought for £16,500. Star rating says he'd be a good player, and he is obviously a striker, so he'll be playing the complete forward or advanced forward role. Dribble and finish and heading, very good. He's obviously 26 years old, and you can see he's not expected to progress any further than he's already at. He's made 3 substitute appearances in the preseason friendlies, got 6.6 average rating, no goals. And his friend and colleague from HK that we got for £20,500 is Alex Freyr Helmarsson, who is an attacking midfielder, who we got in to play attacking mid-right at the inside forward role. You can see crossing, dribbling, finishing, first touch, passing and technique, all very good. His balance has gone down. He's 24 years of age. He's played every friendly game. I think that's every friendly game 9 times. 6.64 match rating, 2 assists. Which is a good start, 2 assists. Hopefully you can recreate some assists in the actual season. Next up was the signing of Egert Carl Carlson from IBV for 16.25k. And this guy is another centre midfielder. You can see he's got good first touch, good long shots, good technique, pretty good passing and marking as well. Not rated that well. It says he'd be a useful player. He's made 1 appearance starting, and that was a 6.6 rating. Then we signed Vasilin Menev, who was probably a mistake to sign, really, given his age and the fact he's now decided to retire. He's Bulgarian 37-year-old, who's been around Bulgarian and Turkish leagues, played for Antalya Sport, probably the joint highest he's played with Levski, if that's Levski Sofia, which I think it is. Yeah, he's played for two pretty okay teams. He's a left back, obviously. His stats are really something good, to be fair to him. Obviously marking, tackling, things you look for in a fullback. 14, that's pretty damn good for the Icelandic league. Position and teamwork's good as well. He's only played once one start in the friendly games, 5 altogether, 6.57 match rating. Hopefully he can push on from there. He will be retiring in July, so he hasn't got much time to do it, and he's probably like getting ready to go on his holidays already, to be fair. Next up was a 15.5k signing of Arno Ivar Olafsson from Fjolnir. This guy is a defender, and we brought him in. What position did we bring him in for? We brought him in as a centre back. Heading, marking, tackling, again, pretty good stats. 4-star rated, says he'd be a key player for the team. He's played all 9 friendlies, even got himself a goal and an assist. Average rating of 6.67, which isn't too good, like I said, but it's an average rating. And we signed Bojan Ljubicic. We were actually trying to sign him from Vikingur Reykjavik. We actually offered them money, £6,000 I think it was, which was £1,000 more than we paid for him when we were at Vikingur. And they rejected it, and then at the end of the season they decided not to renew his contract, which I thought was a bit strange. So I jumped in, got him, remembered he was an okay player for us. Says he'll be a good player, 2.5 current ability, not expected to increase that any. He's got good technique, good passing, dribbling, crossing good as well. He's a bit of a corner specialist. He's played 5 games, 4 off the bench, 1 start, 6.6 match rating, not bad. Next guy was offered to me by an agent, and I've done this with a few actually. This is probably why I've got so many more signings than I would have thought we needed. But anywho, this guy was offered to me. He's from Chad, Sana Altama. He's been brought in as a centre midfielder. He's 3-star rating, 12 passing, 10 first touch, and he seems like he could be pretty good for us. You can see he actually started his career at Lille in France, moved to Dijon, played a few times for them in Ligue 1 and once in Ligue 2, and basically just been roaming around Belgium and Romania for the past few seasons until we picked him up. He's played 8 games in the friendlies. He's got 1 assist and a 6.84 match rating. Next up is Thomas Goodmanson, who was the final person that we signed from our former club, Vikingur Reykjavik, and paid £4,100 for him. And obviously he'd be playing as centre-back. Heading okay, tackling okay, marking okay. Expected to be a useful player, 2 stars. We were very lacking in centre-backs, which I didn't notice until I looked at the squad for the first game of the pre-season. We had 2 centre-backs, which is a bit disturbing. So he's played 9 times, 8 starts, 1 off the bench. He's got a 6.72 rating. Hopefully he'll be a bit of a rock at the back. That's just reminded me of the player that I called the Rock at Vikingur. I'll have to see how he's doing. Next signing was Michael Duff, who's an Irishman, Northern Irishman in fact, who was another one that decided to retire at the end of the season, which isn't actually the end of the season, it's the middle of our season. It's in June or July, one of those two. Probably tells you somewhere on the screen actually. Yeah, plans to retire on the 1st of July 2018. He's got good stats. He's a centre back again. His heading's really good. Marking and tackling are really good. He's 4-star, key player for the team. I think he could be really helpful in the short time that he's going to be here. Obviously, he used to play for Burnley, did he? He's played for Burnley, Sheffield Wednesday, Wolves, Cheltenham. He's been around the English league, so he's made a bit of a leap of faith to come to Iceland for 6 months or whatever it is. Nice little holiday. He'll probably come and see the Northern Lights and everything. But he's a good player, and hopefully he'll do well for us in the short time that he is here. And next up was another person that was offered to me by an agent, Joel Robico. Turns out he's actually got a bit of a temper on him, according to the media, and the fans are quite worried about it too. But we've got this guy, he's got him on a free. He's played in Argentina and Bolivia. He was on loan at San Jose in Bolivia, and he's played a few times for Velez in the Argentinian Premier Division. Centre back again. His tackling's it's okay, it's average. Marking's pretty good, heading's pretty good as well. You can see his aggression is very high, which is probably why he's known as a bit of a hot-headed person, shall we say. He's played once for us in the pre-season, 6.5 match rating. Again, like I said before, one game, you can't really gather much from the player. And the final person was another person that was advertised to us by an agent, and it is Lionel Camacho from Union Huaral, and we paid £39,000 for him. He's another Argentinian, another Argentinian centre-back in fact. Started his career at Arsenal de Sarandi in Argentina, and we got him from Union Huaral, who are in the Peruvian First Division. Just looking at his stats, tackling's really pretty good, marking and heading. There are three main things you look for in a defender, and that's pretty good. Aggression quite high again, but he hasn't played for us in the pre-season yet. So that's all the incomings. In terms of outgoings, nothing major. Released a few players. Pascal Berenguer was already moving to Kilmarnock on a free before I joined. That's pretty much it in terms of that. And I don't know why I've just gone on the finances screen. Okay guys, so here we are for the first game as KR manager, and it is in the Upper League Cup, Group A. It's against Grindavik, who we drew with in pre-season. So their key man is Josef Christian Josefsson, who is a left back. We scouted him before actually, and says to sign him whatever the price, so he seems like he could be pretty good. He's only played one game so far in the pre-season. He's got a 6.9 match rating. That was probably against us. To be fair, where's he played before? He's been at Grindavik practically all his life. 28-year-old left back. It's the man to watch. It's always slightly encouraging when their man to watch as a defender. Ours is obviously well, not obviously. Don't know why I said obviously. Ours is Haukur Baldvinsson. And we'll just look at the formation. So playing a 4-3-3 with two wide inside forwards, a complete forward up top. Got Johansson in goal, Minev, who's retiring at the end of the season at left back, Camacho, the Argentinian, one of the Argentinian centre backs that I signed, Duff, who's also retiring at the end of the season, well, midway through the season, and Olafsson, he was also a new signing. So I think we've got 4 new signings at the back there. And in midfield, we've got Bergerson, Toth, and Haldorsson. Toth, obviously the guy that I've bookmarked as being our best player this season. And in the wide roles, we've got Baldvinsson and Hilmarsson. Up front, we've got Finn Bogerson, who was top goal scorer last season, as I mentioned previously. Just get them to take the team talks, make sure that everything's set up properly, and begin. So Grindavik start the game. I have had to make some amendments to the way that the ratings and match stats appear. I can't actually see the conditioning anymore because it would go into the goal and you wouldn't be able to see all of the pitch and all the important parts of the pitch. That's a little bit annoying, but hey yo, get on with things. So we're 2 minutes into the game and our goalkeeper's got the ball and he's just given that away to his namesake on Grindavik's side. What was that? Duff wins the ball back for us. It's Olafsson. Plays the ball forward to Baldvinsson, our danger man. It's Baldvinsson. Can he cross it? Is that a penalty? It is. It's a penalty. With less than 3 minutes played, 2.5 minutes played, and we've got a penalty. This would be a good start if we get this knocked into the back of the net. Who's going to take it? Number 6. That sounds like a defender to me. I should probably select penalty takers, to be quite honest. So it's Camacho, the Argentinian, puts that away nicely. 1-0. After 3 minutes, he scores on his debut. It's a nice start. And our Grindavik going to knock us back level straight away. It's Bjorg Vincent, Asmundsen, Magnussen, Bjorg Vincent again. Good tackle from Olafsson, and Johansson comes and picks that one up. Johansson with a long ball towards Hilmarsson, intercepted by Solgaard. It's Snorrisson now for Grindavik. To Olafsson, Asmundsen, looking for Magnussen. That went over the head of Camacho and into the back of the net from Magnussen to equalise. Our lead lasted a minute, if that. So 1-1 after less than 5 minutes played. Is it going to be another one of those seasons where we play quite well but just can't get the wins? Hopefully not. Bold Vincent comes forward with the ball, plays it to Bergersen in the centre of the field, spreads it out to Hal Dawson. Finn Bogerson now through to Bergersen. He should score, but he doesn't. It's saved by Pettersson. Very eventful first 15 minutes of this game. Quite a few opportunities. Well, quite a few highlights, not necessarily opportunities. Obviously, Grindavik have had one shot and we've had two. It's not the most entertaining game, but it's been made to look that way by the number of highlights that we've had. I say that and we haven't had a highlight for 10 minutes now, which is a bit lacking. And Peterson with a free kick, forward link for Johansson. Hal Dawson gets the interception, but it's only to Asmundsen. Magnussen now, back to Asmundsen. Bjorg Vincent plays it back to Johansson. Are we going to stick a foot in anytime soon? Snorrisson? Olafsson? Magnussen? No, we're just going to let him score. 2-1 to Grindavik now. Having been 1-0 up after 3 minutes, we're 2-1 behind after 35 minutes. I have a feeling it's going to be another frustrating season ahead. I like to think I'm being more realistic than pessimistic, but you never know. Snorrisson, if we can't beat Grindavik, I mean, there's not really much hope for us, is there? They're in the leagues below us. I don't even know what league they're in. Magnussen, Asmundsen, Bjorg Vincent, and is this going to be the third? It is. Is our goalkeeper even a goalkeeper? I'm starting to wonder, because he's not actually doing his job. He's in completely the wrong position constantly. Might as well stick it to attacking. Nothing to lose. I do say I normally don't mind about the Upper League Cup, but to be fair, come on. We're KR Reykjavik. We should be beating Grindavik. So frustrating first match for us here. What's the positions doing? Right, Minev, you're on your holidays already, clearly. And we've not got anyone that can come on for you. Brilliant. So bring Gudmundsson on to play in a position he's not at all familiar with. Is Olafsson any more familiar with it? Oh, he is. That's nice. And bring Altama on for Hal Dawson. Let's see how that goes. Hopefully this current result is just down to the fact that we're not fully fit yet. It's possibly clutching at straws, but a man can dream. It's Finn Bogerson now, and he gets tackled. End of highlight. I'm desperate to be successful with one of these Reykjavik teams. It was so difficult when I was unemployed not to get a job. It was so difficult to get a job. I was applying for all these Scandinavian club teams and none of them were having me. Obviously I've built up a reputation in Iceland, so they know me. So that's probably why KR came in. I don't know why. I guess I did keep Vikingur Reykjavik up and won the cup with them. So maybe that's what they looked at when they hired me. Grindavik have been all over us. This formation is obviously not working. I think I might have to go to my backup formation. Obviously still learning early in the season. Not an important competition, but it would be nice to actually beat the teams that we should be beating. I wonder if that's Alan Lowing. That's a blast from the past. Obviously he was at Vikingur when we took over, the Scottish right back I think he was. Magnusson shoots wide. And I'm going to see if I can alter this to my second formation. Can we? Can all these players play there? Yes, they can. That's handy. Okay, we'll see how we do with this one. Go attacking and structured. Firm. See how they do with the backup tactic with in the last 25 minutes of the game. See if it makes any difference. Doesn't seem like it is. Oh, we've got a throw deep in their half, and that was just awful from everybody. Gudmundsson gives it to Altama even. Can't even speak. It's Olafsson back to Altama. Toth, who's on a yellow, and he loses the ball to Asmundsson, and this is going to be a fourth, is it, for Grindavik? Good save from Johansson. And it's blocked, and Baldvinsson clears it. Björgvinsson. Yeah, this game's practically over. Nothing to play for. Very annoying. It's brought Victor Johnson on for Marcel Toth. And we've had 3 shots to Grindavik's 13. Pretty much tells you all you need to know about this game. And they've got a throw deep in their own half. Björgvinsson, Helgason, back to Josefsson, Björgvinsson, and they're just passing it around now. Am I ever going to get any more success in Iceland? Is the Icelandic Cup the pinnacle of my achievements? Snorrisson with a corner, headed away by Baldvinsson. Björgvinsson on the edge of the box now. Attacker from Bergerson. Can we mount some form of counter-attack? Is that too much to ask? Yeah, thought so. 5 minutes left, and to be fair, we don't deserve to get a thing out of this game. Actually, practically forgotten that we were in the lead in this game thanks to a penalty in the first 3 minutes. Things looked rosy then, didn't they? It looked like it was all going to go our way. Just hasn't, really. That's the thing with pre-season. You can obviously learn lessons. And I've learnt one that maybe that formation that I've been working on isn't the right one to use. Which is a bit annoying. So full time, and it's a 3-1 defeat in my first game in charge of KR. Pretty gutted to be quite honest. As always, what I do at the beginning of a new season, I'll play the rest of the Upper League Cup offline, because I imagine we're not going to get through the knockout stages, but if we do get through the knockout stages, I will bring you a live commentary from the quarter-final. And if we don't, then the next episode will feature our first league game in charge of KR Reykjavik. And I would like to see who that's up against. But Mr. Laptop's deciding to be quite slow. There we go. So either be back for the quarterfinal or be back for the first league game of the season, which is up against IA. Throtaflag. I'm trying to learn how to say these names. Throtaflag Akranes. That's what I'll go with. Yeah, so we'll be back for the game against IA. I hope you enjoyed this video more than I did. A 3-1 defeat, never nice to see. Obviously, lots of changes to the squad from last season. Maybe it's because they need to gel in, maybe it's because they're not fully fit. There could be a plethora of reasons, or it could just be the fact that they don't like the tactic. I'll try and fix that by the time of the next episode. But thank you for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel to get all my content when it comes out. Feel free to leave a comment below about any tips you've got for me. If you think that I'm doing something wrong, please let me know. Any ideas for any series in the future that you'd like me to do? Any predictions for the series, if you think I'm going to get sacked before the season's up, or anything like that, anything encouraging like that, then please just let me know, and I'll see you next time.